This cabin was never meant to be found. Ich sag auch bisschen 4D, weil bei mir genauso kalt ist wahrscheinlich. Wie bei
What
ihm.
if I told you that deep in the Toffjord Mountains lie a secret cabin? It's a cabin
Ich
that
sag, bei mir ist genauso kalt wie bei ihm.
you're not supposed to find. A cabin
Ja,
that
ja.
might
Ja, ja. Ich sag's 4D-Kino. Bei mir ist, also ich sag, Raumtemperatur bei mir gute 10 Grad. Gute 10 Grad bei mir im Zimmer. Okay, Kuschelschuhe sind an. Jetzt, ich sag, jetzt kann nichts mehr passieren. Ich sag, jetzt könnte ich auch auf den Berg hoch. Jetzt könnte ich da auch auf den Berg hoch. Sign me the fuck up.
just be the most important in history, with an insane backstory. Without it, the world would look very different.
Wo geht dann hin,
But to get
Alter?
there was not going to be easy. With zero cell phone connection to the outside world, I would have to get through 15 kilometers of extreme mountain terrain during the coldest part of the harsh Norwegian winter.
No, I am questioning if this is the right way. That's steep.
This might just be my most extreme survival challenge yet.
Der ist allein auf dem Berg hoch.
So you probably know that this is my weakness. And by that, I mean my legs. So instead of guessing
Ich habe voll Angst vor Squats.
how to work out, I've been using Macro Factor Workouts. It's a premium-only app that uses personalized workout programming.
Premium-only
The
app.
plan is
Da
built
fängt's schon
around my
an.
goals, my training level, and the equipment I actually have access to in the gym. And everything is based on evidence-based recommendations, so no random workouts or trends. I track all my workouts directly in the app using the intuitive workout tracker. So I track reps, sets, rest time, all of that stuff. And then it uses that data for data progressive overload. So the program automatically adjusts to your progress. And that means I'm progressing without having to guess when to increase the load, the volume, or the intensity. And it's not only for my legs, it's also working my strengths, my core, and even for
Der ist doch, was ist der? Der ist doch hier. Kletterer.
antagonist training, which is something that climbers often forget. If you want a structured, evidence-based way to train, either for something specific like I'm doing now, or just to even out your weaknesses, check out Macro Factor Workouts. And if you use my code MAGNET, you also get a 14-day free
Magnet
trial.
einfach.
Link is in the description.
Einfach Code Magnet. Wenn ich just. Ey, bei mir fühlt es sich gerade wie in Norwegen an. Mir ist also wirklich.
So it's minus 21 degrees, and it should feel like minus 26 degrees.
26. Ja, okay, maybe nicht so. Bei mir ist nur 9 Grad im Zimmer.
It looks like it's gonna be pretty cold. So this is Toffjord, and this place was actually wiped out less than 100 years ago by a huge tsunami. Dozens of
Was?
people dead. It was a big tragedy. And it was caused by a big block that fell from one of these steep mountains into the fjord and then created a huge wave. And up in these mountains somewhere, there's supposed to be a cabin, but I don't know exactly where. It's gonna be extremely cold. Temperatures down to minus 30.
Ist Arcteryx so krass, dass er bei minus 26 Grad da mit einer Arcteryx-Jacke steht und es gut ist?
Biggest concern is
Kann nicht sein.
not
Lüge.
being able to bring any water because it would freeze in my backpack in
Ah
like
ja, geil. GG's.
less than 15 minutes. And another problem is that there's very little daylight in Norway at this time of year. So I have very limited time to get to the cabin. I'm going to talk more about the cabin later though, and the history and why.
Irgendwie seine Videos sind geil. Ich liebe seine Videos. Aber der redet immer so und sieht immer so aus, als ob er sich nicht ganz sicher ist. Also der kommt mir nicht rüber wie so ein YouTuber. Der kommt mir eher rüber so, dann, ich gehe halt jetzt auf den Berg und dann suche ich so eine Kabine und ja. Irgendwie ist er so unsicher.
The world would not look like it looks today.
Wow.
I can see the trail now, and I don't think anyone has been here. Like, it's completely snowed down. Like, there's no tracks or anything from anyone else. So navigating up here is going to be difficult. Luckily, I have a map, kind of like a rough map of where the cabin should be.
nicht wirklich hier mitgenommen, ne?
So right here is running water, and I don't know when I'm gonna see running water next time, so I'm gonna make sure to drink a little bit, or actually as much as possible, right here.
Da wäre was runtergefallen. Digga, das war ja geisteskrank. Guck mal, der steht, hier geht's runter. Hier geht's runter, guck mal. Der Tritt ist weg. Ich glaube, es ist mir nicht klar. Guck mal, der Tritt ist weg. Der wäre runtergefallen. Ja, entspannt, oder? Digga, was macht der? Hilfe. Warum nimmt der nicht Leute? Warum? Digga, erst was hinten runter und dann tritt er da durchs Eis. Na jo. Hat sich da so ein Ikea-Ding-Becher mitgenommen. Das ist ein 03-Becher.
Oh my god. That tastes so good. By the way, this is the map that I'm following. It's about
Fortnite-Map einfach.
15 kilometers, and there's no cell phone reception up here. Even on the drive up, there was zero cell phone reception.
Geil.
But I do have my cell phone just in case, because maybe I'll get reception up there.
This is one of the coldest days of the year. It can get really cold here. It can get to like -35, and this is gonna be pretty close to it, I think. I've never camped outside in weather like this, so I have no idea how it's gonna feel. You can see the fog is starting to move in. It came from up there, now it's also down here.
Cinematic-Aufnahme, eine kleine.
It says danger, there could be rockfall here. I guess they mean up here. There's also probably a lot of gaps here, so I should be a little bit careful so I don't go through the snow and fall. This would have been terrible without skis though. I would have gone, you see that? There's holes like that where your foot can go through and you can injure your foot. I don't think it's prone to avalanches right now because it's
so eine kleine.
so cold, but this could have been a spot. I don't know if you see how steep that is, but it's almost like a 45-degree. You definitely don't want to end up in that water down there. It's freezing cold.
Ja, du stirbst ja instant. Boah, mit Skiern aber so mit Skiern ist schon geil. So wenn du mal so runter gehst, kannst du dich einfach gleiten lassen.
I'm a little bit worried about the fog though. It looks completely foggy up there. The weather changes so quickly out here. Oh.
I don't know what these are. Like they look like tracks, like big tracks. Hopefully it's not a bear that sleeps under here. Maybe like a reindeer or something. Fossen means waterfall, so I should probably be a little bit careful here so I don't walk onto some thin ice or something. The ice is pretty thin because it was pretty recently that it got this cold. It's been pretty warm winter so far, and I just gotta be a little bit.
Pretty warm. Der Winter ist pretty warm bei minus 26 Grad. Aber wie viel ist es normalerweise? Minus 40 oder was?
Careful. Alright, so I hope I'm on the right way, but now it says left. I don't think that's right.
Wie kommt man auf so eine Idee? Der ist ja auch schon einmal einfach so ein Berg hoch. Der ist einmal einfach so ein Berg hoch, alleine, ohne Sicherung, also auch ohne Sicherung. Er hat sich gedacht, nö, ich sichere mich jetzt nicht ab.
I think I need to go right, but there's no sign.
So according to the map, I should cross here. I'm going to continue that way, but I just...
Nein!
Just zoom in.
Aber ich glaube, das ist normal, dass sowas passiert. Oh mein Gott.
That way, but
Digga, das ist ja geisteskrank. Das ist so wie dieser Phantomgriff in die Ding.
I wanted to zoom in. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try to go in?
Should I
in
stay
there?
or should I go?
Or should I go back over the bridge? I don't
Ich
think
fühle mich so
I
mit
think
im
I'm gonna
Video.
continue up here.
Irgendwie fühle ich mich so gerade
And
mit dem
then
Video. Ich
I
bin
might
auch
have to
so.
turn around
Bei mir
if
ist
that's
genauso
worse.
kalt.
I only have a couple more hours of daylight left, so
Ich glaube, ich
I'm
habe heute
definitely
Morgen
not
bei diesem Heizungsfritzen angerufen. Ich habe es beim Heizungsfritzen angerufen. Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher. Der hat gesagt, der kommt. Also, ich habe nicht mit dem wirklichen Typen geredet, sondern mit dem Chef und er hat gesagt, der ruft mich an. Der kommt.
make it to the cabin tonight.
Shit, I don't even know.
I probably have to dig down somewhere and
Ich
spend the
weiß, ob
night.
der kommt.
Like here, it's not very obvious where to go. I think it's over there, but I'm gonna go around here. Navigating in this forest is really difficult. I hope and I think I'm on the right way, but it's like a couple of times earlier I was like, oh, I should turn around. This is definitely not the way. More animal tracks. There are lynx around in this area. That would have been amazing to see a lynx, but they're very shy. I don't think I'll see one.
Wow! Super.
Okay, so I'm lost. I'm supposed to be on the other side of that lake over there, but I'm probably up here somewhere. Question is if I should try to ski on the lake.
Also er hat sich gedacht, ich gehe jetzt so eine Kabine suchen und ich nehme mir einfach ein DIN A4-Blatt mit. Also seine Map ist jetzt von Google Maps ein DIN A4-Blatt. Gucken an, der weiß selber nicht, was er macht. Der weiß selber nicht genau, was er macht. Da denke ich gerade so, oh, vielleicht ganz schön blöd gewesen. Er wollte auch zoomen bei seinem DIN A4-Blatt da. Er dachte sich, yo, minus 30 Grad. Keiner weiß, wo diese Kabine ist. Keiner ist dort überhaupt. Ja, es wird schnell dunkel. Ich nehme mir ein DIN A4-Blatt mit, das ist es. Oh, Halleluja, Alter, dann viel Spaß. Blitzau.
That seems pretty risky, I know.
Was ist der
but
denn da?
I don't know what other options I have. The thing is, if I just go down to the lake, it's frozen, and if I walk on the outskirt of it, so I don't cross it, but I like just walk on it barely, I think I'll be alright.
Aber ich meine, bei minus 30 Grad, da muss der doch gefroren sein, oder? Bei minus 30 Grad kannst du auch mal drüber skaten.
So this right here is the lake. Let's hope. Okay, so of course it's tempting to just move right across, but I'm gonna walk here in the
Ich glaube nicht, dass er da überhaupt Angst haben muss.
outskirt of the lake. I don't know, according to my map, there's supposed to be a trail up there. Wow.
According to his map. Wir sind DIN A4-Blatt.
Look at all those cliffs up
That's
there.
what I was checking.
Rockfall would be pretty dangerous right here. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
That's
Christus.
steep. Holy shit. No, I am questioning if this is the right way. It's like almost vertical. Like fucking wall. If it wasn't for these trees, it would have been impossible to climb this. Oh, Jesus. I slipped. Look how far down I go in the f***ing snow. Oh, this is so much harder than I thought it would be.
Der fällt gleich runter. Der fällt gleich runter.
I can't wait to get out of this.
Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait. Das muss man tanzen. Der liegt so am Eis.
Look at that. That is, if that was a hill without any trees, I bet that could be like an avalanche. Could trigger an avalanche.
Avalanche ist Lawine. Kurz Englisch Skills rausholen. Oha, wie er sich festhält. Goated. Und er weiß nicht mal, wo diese Kabine ist. Er macht all das für eine Kabine, die nicht mal eingezeichnet ist. Schier an.
Oh, but look at this. Look how steep that is.
Ah, zack, ist er over.
It's getting dark.
Alter, der sieht aus wie ein Soldat, ne? Wie ein Krieger. Wie Ötzi damals. Er ist Ötzi. Er ist aus dem Eis gekrackt, Alter. 100 Jahre war er da oben eingefroren. Jetzt ist er wieder da, Ötzi.
I think I'm gonna set up the camper right here. There's like a little shelter. If you see this, you have like some walls that can cover from wind and stuff. So the cabin I'm looking for, it was where some Norwegian soldiers were hiding during the Second World War to carry out sabotage missions on the Germans because they occupied Norway. And eventually they blew up the heavy water. It's a hydroelectric plant. Heavy water is a byproduct of making fertilizer.
And you need heavy water to make an atomic bomb.
And that changed the course of like history because they prevented basically the Germans from making a nuclear bomb before the Americans. The cabin that I'm looking for is one of those cabins where they would hide out. So they would spend weeks. And there's rumors of that cabin being somewhere up here, and that's what I want to find.
Gute Mission, aber.
Yeah, it would be nice if I can just get away some of the snow so that it's easier to, because I need to walk out here, take a piss probably over there, and then get fresh snow from over there. It's really important that I remember where I piss and where I get fresh snow from.
So today, these two are on the menu. Mushed
Es wird ja
potatoes.
über Nacht, es wird ja auch noch über Nacht schneien. Nicht, dass eingeschneit wird. Aber ich meine, dann ist warm, wenn du im
With
Schnee
meat.
liegst, oder? Also so rechts, links ist das so
And
regulierend.
some noodles. The bad news is that I looked at the map and it looks like I only did 4 kilometers today. So tomorrow I need to do 11. And for that to happen, I have to start really early. Okay, let's hope this works. Ah, there we go. So the trick is to go a little bit easy in the beginning because you don't want to burn the snow. It's important that I don't burn the tent down. That's not gonna be nice. And it is snowing outside now.
Hätte sich aber mal was Besseres mitnehmen können, ne?
But yeah, so the story about the cabin, the first group of Norwegians, 4 guys, they
Es sind 5 aber, ne? Der guckt dir die Jungs an.
jumped out of a plane, built the cabin, and they spent a year there. The plan was that a British group of, I think it was 40, would come and join them, and they would show them where they produced heavy water. But unfortunately, the planes with the Brits, both of them crashed. There were a few survivors, but they were all executed. So then they decided instead that they would send in another group of Norwegians. They called it Gunnerside. I think that's what the mission was called. And they dropped off the 4 Norwegians. They joined the other Norwegians who had spent already a few months here waiting for the Brits. They were starving because they didn't have any more rations. They were actually living off of moss. So they would boil up moss and try to eat it. But they spent months in that cabin that I want to find. It's obviously very hidden because they had to hide. If they were found, they would be unalived instantly. I don't know, I just find it really fascinating. So yeah, I gotta find that cabin tomorrow. Otherwise I'm gonna be so disappointed. And that's also why I think if they spent months or even a year out here, I should be able to survive at least a night. But then I have way more fancy gear than they had probably.
Digga, die haben sich schon Moos
Okay, bye bye
aufgekocht.
camp. Drink some snow. So, I'm still not going super fast. There's been a lot of uphill. I've hardly had time to stop at all because if I want to make it in time before it gets dark, I need to keep going. It's really blowing now, so it's a little bit rough. That looks very steep. And my first little avalanche slide right here. That was, I knew it wasn't going to be a big one because it would stop here, but still, like, it shows you that, like, it can be really dangerous. And of course, it was pretty scary. Look at all that snow. I don't know if you see it. Okay, so I'm a little bit too high. I need to go down there. I'm a little bit afraid of this because if that slides, then it looks like there's a cliff down there, so I'm gonna be a little bit careful. There could be a slide under here.
Ja, wenn ich hier ausrutsche, dann ist so unten eine Klippe, da bretter ich da voll rein.
Of snow is starting to crack, and that could easily like slide down, but I think I'm safe now. I'm going that way. If it's like this the whole way, I'm not gonna make it in time for sure.
4 Kilometer.
That looks pretty gnarly. I'm gonna go a little bit further, but if it's like this the whole way, I have no chance of making it. This terrain is like so hard to navigate.
Scheiße.
Put on my skis, take them off. Put on the skis, take them off. I'm moving so slowly, and it looks like it's just getting worse. So I think I am turning around. There's just no way. Like going down here with the snow and the potential snow slides and everything, it's just not worth risking. This has already been pretty extreme, so I'm gonna turn around.
Der muss ja auch noch zurück, stimmt.
Maybe I'll come back, but yeah, the cabin is just over on the other side, or should be there. So it's kind of bummer to have to stop now, but that just looks insane. Like it doesn't look
Digga, da haben die sich versteckt, ne? Das ist schon stark. Oder du findest sie
So
nicht.
turning back is always the hardest decision to make on trips like these. Getting so close but not quite making it was really tough. But this is not where the story ends. It wasn't until I got back to civilization that I started re-examining the map and realized that it looked like there was another route to the cabin. Although the route was 24 kilometers each way, so a lot longer, the terrain looked slightly more doable. I had an internal debate for a while if it was worth giving it another attempt. For all I knew, this route could be just as difficult and dangerous as the last one, but after a week of rest, I decided I have to give it another attempt. With a lighter backpack, less camera gear and equipment, I was hoping that this route might just work this time.
Wow, look at this.
Digga, diese Videos zu machen.
God, it's beautiful. So beautiful. I think the cabin is around. It's just up there. I mean, the whole point of the cabin is not to be seen from above. It's to be hidden. So I expect it to be pretty hard to find. But according to my map, it should be up there somewhere.
Da ist noch ein Schild gewesen.
Wow, this is exciting. I think that's it right there. I mean, it's gray, so it blends in with the
Hat er es gefunden jetzt oder was?
rock, but yeah, no, I can see it.
Gee fucking G's.
Oh my God. You have no idea how happy I am to see this cabin. What the? Look at that. Wow, it's so crazy to be here.
Oh
You
mein
have
Gott,
no
Junge, das
idea
siehst du ja
how
null,
crazy
ne?
this feels. I can't wait to see how it's on the inside. Oh,
Alles eingeschneit.
oh my God, this is look at all that equipment. There's just like so
Digga,
much
einfach
cool
eingebrochen.
stuff in here.
Einfach Hausfriedensbruch. Einfach Hausfriedensbruch. Einfach, er macht ein Video, kann sein, er kriegt eine Anzeige von Norwegen. Start. Vom Staat Norwegen kriegt er eine Anzeige.
I think that's Joachim Rönneberg. He's the guy who was in charge of the Operation Gunner Side. The thing is, they were flown in, so they jumped out of a plane, landed in this area, and then they built this cabin. The reason it's so close to the rock face is because they wanted to remain hidden from airplanes flying over this territory. If they were spotted, they would be instantly unalived.
Oder wie? Warum sagt er das
I
so
wonder
oft?
if they were nervous, like sleeping in this cabin,
Natürlich.
like any time
Digga, ich glaube
They
nicht, das
could
war ein
be.
geiler Schlaf.
spotted.
Damals hat
This
er
is
mit
the
Speeren gejagt.
Radio they used to communicate with the Brits. From here, they would carry out a lot of sabotage missions. Like they blew up a bridge, they blew up like telecom, so all the antennas they used to communicate with each other, they blew up that.
Der schläft jetzt halt immer.
Okay. And now I can write in the book. So everyone's been here writes in this book, like a little story or something. My handwriting is not going to be the best when it's this cold. So I said
Cool.
it was not easy getting here in the middle of the winter, but I'm very thankful I did. I'm thankful that I got to experience this cabin this time of year. I'm also very thankful for the men who spent a year in this cabin and
Digga,
who
ein
are
Jahr.
the reason or part of the reason why
Ein Jahr
Norway
in dieser
is a
Kabine
free
zu
country
dritt.
today.
Damn,
I
man.
almost got a little bit emotional there.
That's sassy. Da ist ja auch nichts mit Duschen.
So after this, I pretty much just followed my tracks back through the snow, and with most of it being downhill, it was quite a nice ride back to civilization. And you might be wondering what happened to the 9 young Norwegian soldiers after they carried out the sabotage and destroyed the heavy water production. In later interviews, many of them explained that they never expected to survive the mission, and that
my
they
God.
were fully prepared to give their lives if that was the cost. After the explosion, it took a
Crazy.
few hours before the Germans realized exactly what had happened, and that delay gave them a critical head start. The 9 Norwegians split up. Some skied across the mountains to neutral Sweden, while others remained hidden in Norway. Once the Germans understood the scale of the sabotage, they launched a massive manhunt, deploying 3,000 soldiers to hunt them down. But against all odds, every single one of them made it out alive.
Crazy.
And about a year later, 3 of the
finden?
Norwegian soldiers returned to the fieldfare cabin and carried out even more missions. So for a moment in history, places like this quietly mattered more than anyone could have known. If it wasn't for these 9 young men, history might have taken a very different path.
Crazy. Die leben alle, also haben alle überlebt.
As you can probably tell, I really love
jeez.
making videos like these, and if you guys like them as well, please leave a comment for what I should do next time.
Digga, geiles Video. Geiles Video.
I'm smoking 3-5 to the face, 4-5 on my waistline, hustling every day. I be working overtime, niggas still hate, cause a nigga on his grind. These hoes ain't worth a thing. I'ma get rich or die trying.